let's see what we got here. We got a Jensen Special Design 15-inch speaker, made in Chicago, my hometown. Let's see. Furthermore, we got you can see 220. That's for Jensen. 09, 02, 09. A year ending in 9. And the second week of that year. Well, let's see. I bet you that's 1969. Because in 1959, they weren't making these speakers. At least I don't think they were. Well, they certainly weren't making custom dual 215 cabinets. Because that's where this came from. So, 1969 they were, and 1979 they weren't. So, it's a 69. And we got this number here. C15L. That's our type of speaker. And it's a type C8768-3. We have to remember that when we go to try and get the parts for this thing. So, first thing we need to do is check and see if we got any voice coil. We come up here and test, and we're getting nothing. Getting zero. Getting infinite ohms. Infinite ohms here. Let me see if I can snag the braids underneath. There's that braid. And there's that braid. And yeah, we're not getting anything. Voice coil's dead. Let's flip it over. Yeah, it looks dirty, but it looks pretty good. Except we got a tear here that goes. Oh, geez. Halfway around the speaker. So this is going to be a recone job. All right. Let's take a look in the computer and see what we can find. Let's go to reconingspeakers.com. All right, what do we got? Okay, here we are. And we want to take a look at here at speaker reconing kits. Okay. Very good. We want to come down to get ourselves some Jensen reconing kits. All right. And we're looking for a C15L 8768. C15L. Hey, here we are. Jensen C15L C8768-5. And we got a -3. It's not like we have a lot of choice. That's the one. Let's take a look at what it says about this one. We got image coming soon. I love that. $60. Let's look at some of the specs. Brand new Jensen C15L C8768-5 15-inch aftermarket recone kit, 16 ohm, and the part specs. Cone 15-inch outside diameter, 3.920 deep, 2. Yeah, I guess it's a 2-inch, yeah. Cup spider 2-inch. UC opening 4.748, outside diameter 375, cup height, I don't know. Dust cap screen dome, well, okay. Gasket chip 4-sector. This one has 8 sectors. It has 8 sectors. That don't really matter. Pigtail shims and instructions included. Please let us know if you have the 4-layer coil and need that version. I have no idea if we got a 4-layer coil. So I guess we're gonna need to take a look. So let's get some tools. And let's see what we can do here. All this is garbage anyway, so let's see, where's our rip begin here? Begins right here. Okay. There's the cone cut. And now what we gotta do is we gotta come down here and cut through the spider. And also, we get to take a look at the damage on this thing. Okay. That's loose. And we'll take some snips here. And we'll cut off that. And here's our voice coil. Now let's see. This was so good that I had to set up another camera here. So we can get some tighter shots on this thing. Just hold on just a minute. Now I found out something interesting when I looked at the cone just now. It kind of fell apart on me, so I kind of stuck it back together so that I can show you here what's going on. Let's take a look here. Here we are, and what I've done was I cut off the rest of the rest of the spider. We don't need that. But what it revealed when I picked the cone up, I noticed that it did that. Oh. And I gave it a little tug, and it tore off right here. Right here is where the speaker voice coil broke. Somehow, this speaker got hit from the backside so hard that it ripped this, and it also ripped around the outside edge of the speaker. It received some blunt trauma. And it's like that. So actually, the voice coil doesn't look too bad. It's got some scuffs in it, once this all gets uncentered, it rubs. But, it actually should still work if you resolder that little tiny wire right in there. So I'm not going to get rid of this. I'll keep this, but oh yeah, also too, what I was looking for in the first place, do I have a 4-layer coil? And no, we don't. We have a 2-layer coil. One wrap all the way around, then back on itself and back out. That's it. 2 wraps. So we don't have to specify the special 4-layer coil. Yeah, so I just thought that, a good close-up of that would be good for the video here, just get it straight. Okay, let's get all this out of the way. And we're going to take a look at the basket and the magnet. Now let's see here. Yeah. Maybe we can see right here. We got a little chunk taken out of the magnet. This is like an ice cream sandwich. There's a plate of steel with the pin, and then there's this ceramic magnet inside here. It's pretty big. And you get the... We're losing little pieces of magnetite off of this. Oh my. Not magnetite. This is a ceramic magnet. Magnetite and lodestone are what magnets were like in the early part of the last century. When they first started doing speakers, they didn't even use permanent magnets. They used an electromagnet, a coil of wire and some iron to get enough magnetic force. Those are electrodynamic speakers. They had more than 2 wires. They had like 4 wires coming out of them, you know. And around 1930, they came up with alnico, aluminum, nickel, cobalt, and ferrite, sintered together under pressure and heat until it solidified. And there was also a magnetic field passing through it, so that when it cooled back down, it kind of locked in its magnetic field. It made for a smaller magnet. A magnet would be maybe like this, you know, be about that big, for the same power that the ceramic is. Ceramic is like the weakest, but it's the cheapest too. You can make this stuff for pennies, and you just make it bigger to get more magnetic field. Now, in modern days, if you wanted to go off the deep end, you could go for samarium cobalt or neodymium boron magnets, which are like 10 times, 20 times the power of these magnets. And they wind up being the size of the end of your thumb. You know, that magnet would take the place of that magnet, you know. But this is a ceramic. So we got a chip here, which leads me to believe, well, I don't know. Let's see. If the center is concentric. And, you know, I'm going to do this by eyeball. I'm going to say, yeah, it looks concentric. Because, you know, they got a pretty nasty hit to chip that magnet, and to rip that cone, and, you know, and it had to come in through here. Boom! Hit it like that, and cack the whole cone like this. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get that, and we're going to go ahead and get that recone kit. So let's get to spending some money here. Let's see. All right, we want one of these. Let's add this to the cart. All right, we got it in the cart. Come on. All right, we want to check out. Got myself a little glue along with it. I have glue. I don't know where it is. Oh well, what the heck, you know. And so we begin to fill in the details. There's that. It's always a bunch of little details.
See, I just want to ship to.
Now for the now for the big number. Check out. I got to read and agree to the terms and conditions. All right, what else is wrong with this form? Let's try this again. $30 to ship this thing. That's a ripoff. Oh, boy. Well, it says my order's been received. I don't know. Let me see if we get an email or something. And we got our confirmation via email, so that's it. Now we'll get back to... At this point, I gotta scrape all this old material out of here, you know. Get it all cleaned up. Clean up the slot. Get the solder out of the lugs. And, you know, get this thing prettied up for the kit. Which is gonna maybe take... Oh, no, I forgot. As I went online, I wanted to see how much one of these would be in replacement. I went on eBay and took a look. And this is what I found. Now, it kind of looks like this, doesn't it? But this is not a Jensen C15L. This is a Roa C15L. It's an Australian speaker company. Old and venerable, but, you know, it's Australian speaker. It's not a Jensen. And they're passing it off as a Jensen, so you all have to start taking care of looking at these things very carefully. Like, you know, the manufacturer code on the rim. It's an important thing. Because a lot of, like, old Hammonds and Leslies and stuff like that, they'd come with Rola speakers because it was a better deal. Jensens were a little bit expensive. So, you know, you could specify Jensen as a special thing, but, you know, you get the Rola instead. The Rolas were good speakers, but they're not this design. If you went to get a recone kit for a Jensen C15L in your Rola frame, you'd be disappointed when it doesn't fit. So, watch out. So with that in mind, everybody have a good, safe time, and I'll see you in the next episode.